You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live at 4. It's sunny. It's in the 70s. Let's celebrate.
And it's Friday!
Yes.
Confetti. We should have planned ahead.
We should.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. The weekend is off to a great start. We'll get a check on the weather in just a little bit.
And we have a ton of events going on in our area this weekend. Rain could affect them, though. How much can we expect? Here's First Warn meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze.
And it does look like we will get that rain as we head overnight Saturday, primarily into the start of Sunday. That's a little annoying. It is breezy outside. It is warm. Temperatures are in the 70s on this Friday. Let's take a look at those graphics. There is a bit of a breeze out there, to say the least. Some of these winds are gusting upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour, and they're going to die down in speed as we head further into the afternoon. There also is a little bit of rain, mainly across parts of Richland County, stretching from about Yuma all the way back south and west, just outside of Haney and Gays Mills, where we had a little bit of rain earlier in the afternoon. Just to our north and west there in Boaz, and well off to our north and west in Richland Center. We're going to watch as a line of showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two get going here further into Friday night, overnight into the start of Saturday. I think Friday night football games and any events over the next several hours are going to be fine, albeit it is going to be breezy. Now, as we look ahead to the weekend, we're dodging some showers primarily Saturday night into Sunday. We'll take a look at when we see that break in the rain Saturday afternoon, how warm we will get, and what lies ahead next week in the full forecast.
All right, Blaze, thank you. It will be a very eventful weekend in Madison.
An eventful weekend police and city workers told our Maren Rosen they have spent months preparing for.
The city is expecting an influx of traffic this weekend, with lane closures on John Nolan Drive and 3 major events happening on Saturday. The weekly farmers market kicks off Saturday morning, and the Badgers will face Ohio State at 2:30. The No Kings protest is also scheduled for later Saturday afternoon.
We'll have a lot of people here who don't necessarily know the Madison area well.
UWPD is expecting intense traffic as people enter and leave the downtown area on Saturday.
When you add all these extra layers that are occurring, the events happening in downtown Madison, the construction project, the traveling team fans who aren't familiar with Madison, it's just a lot of extra layers involved that are probably going to impact traffic quite a bit.
But the police and city workers say they and emergency services are well prepared and well staffed to handle the festivities.
The city is prepared for all of these things to happen at once, where we're in contact with Madison Police Department, with emergency response, to make sure that everything is ready.
With the weather expected to be nice, visitors still have every reason to visit downtown.
I would recommend coming downtown. Even if there's going to be a lot of people, that's the fun of it. That's when our community comes together, they get to connect, they get to know each other.
UWPD is recommending for all visitors to pack your patience and give yourself plenty of time to get where you need to go. Reporting in Madison, I'm Maren Rosen, News 3 Now.
Thanks, Maren. The No Kings rally is expecting 20,000 demonstrators on Capitol Square. The Badger game and the farmers market both regularly bring thousands more downtown.
A student is recovering this afternoon after being sent to the hospital after a battery incident on Wednesday morning. Police were called to Madison West High School around 11:30 Wednesday for a report of a battery to a student. That student's injuries required hospitalization. Police say they're working with the Madison School District on the investigation and will not release any more details at this time.
UW-Platteville says it will be ending operations at the Baraboo-Sauk County campus next May. University staff says it will support students, faculty, and staff on that campus through the transition. The spring semester will continue as planned in person at Baraboo-Sauk County. After that, students will transfer to the UW-Platteville main campus. The chancellor there says this stemmed from a decline in enrollment.
Well, Brian and Aaron Hines own Hines Contracting. It's a company that replaces roofs for veterans in need. They run a program where community members nominate veterans like Jerry, who built his home over 40 years ago. Jerry is a Korean War veteran from Cross Plains and recently received a new roof in a single day, thanks to this program that aims to give back to those who have served our country.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. We can never repay them for what they're doing for us.
Generally, with all of our roofs, and especially with this one, we're going to start at like 7:30 to get the roof tore off. He ended up needing some OSB to get replaced on the roof, and we'll still be done this afternoon. Everything cleaned up at 4 or 5 o'clock.
Organizers say seeing the veterans' joy is what makes this program so special.
A new report in Stoughton says the Stoughton Opera House generates more than $3 million in local spending. The total includes money spent by restaurant, shop, hotel, and other local business visitors. Each season, the Opera House brings in more than 75 shows and welcomes 30,000 visitors. From 2008 to last year, ticket sales have gone from 100,000 to 800,000 annually. In the last decade, nonprofits and local investments have helped build the Ghost Light Lounge, cushioned theater seating, and bring on future improvements for the community mainstay.
Well, the Wausau Ethics Board says Mayor Doug Dinny violated the city code when he removed a ballot drop box last year. After a 7-hour hearing today, the board found clear and convincing evidence that Dinny broke the city's ethics code. Dinny admitted taking the box to send a message to the city clerk, who he says ignored his safety concerns. While the board unanimously agreed that Dinny violated the code, it did not recommend any penalties like fines, suspension, or removal from office. Wisconsin's Department of Justice still has an open investigation into Dinny's actions.
Women are leaving the labor force at some of the highest levels in history. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics data, an estimated 455,000 women left the workforce between January and August this year. Only the pandemic saw a larger exodus for that period. Highly educated mothers and black women are leading the exodus. The reasons behind the fall off are multifaceted. The main factor, rising costs of childcare and early education.
The federal deficit dipped lower this year due in part to President Trump's tariffs. According to the Treasury Department, the budget deficit slipped to nearly $1.78 trillion in this fiscal year. That's down $41 billion from the prior fiscal year. The revenue from tariffs soared to $195 billion, which is a sharp increase from the $77 billion it brought in last year. A Congressional Budget Office review found individual income tax receipts also came in higher, which helped offset a decline in corporate tax revenue.
Next on Live at 4, do you still need a Halloween costume? Don't panic.
Josh Spreiter is in the 608. He has some creative and affordable ideas that beat the old Charlie Brown ghost sheet.
What a classic. Blaze is here with a look at our first warn forecast, and a rainy weekend is on the way.
And then it's the perfect weekend if you want to stay inside, catch something good on TV. Our Will Loper helps you find what's new to streaming this weekend in the Loper Report.
Watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, Halloween is 2 weeks from today. Time is really flying. If you need a little costume inspiration, you're in luck this afternoon.
Yeah, I need a little help this year.
So do I.
Thankfully, Josh Spreiter is on Madison's east side with today's feature.
We are getting you ready for Halloween, and if you need to clean up your act, I've got you covered with this costume. The Brawny Man, of course, super easy, got the flannel and the paper towels as well. And if you need some buzzing excitement, we also have you covered here with Michelle Harris of Goodwill. Michelle, good to see you again.
Thank you for having me. We're really excited here at Goodwill, and I'm buzzing around with excitement.
Yeah, you might sting me, so be careful.
Good one.
We're all about that here. And that really just goes to show how easy it is to find what you need here at Goodwill.
Yeah, I think Goodwill's thought of as your go-to place for Halloween costumes because you can come in and look around and come up with different ideas. There's lots of trending costumes, pop culture, hit movies, the latest and greatest music hits as well.
You know, it's fun to see year after year just how much things can change after 365 days.
Yes, exactly. And every year it's something different, and you can come into Goodwill and find that go-to costume. Things that are popular this year are the season 2 of Wednesday's out. You've got music like Taylor Swift, Chappelle Rowan, lots of different ideas.
What is the purpose of really shopping at Goodwill? Why should people come here?
Yeah, I think that there's actually a couple reasons. I think the main reason really is our mission and what we do. So every time individuals shop or donate to Goodwill, you're helping people with safe and stable housing, you're helping people get jobs or supportive services. But a little bonus is that it's good for the environment too. So people that buy their costume at Goodwill, it gives something an extra use in life, or when you get done with your costume, redonate it to Goodwill, and then we're helping the circular economy.
It's kind of a win-win, and it doesn't break the bank too.
Right, it's very affordable, and so you can come and outfit your whole family, and it's actually kind of a fun family event. If you bring your whole family and you come up with ideas and give everybody a task and they go around and figure out what their costume is, it's a fun night.
So best advice, probably maybe get in sooner rather than later ahead of Halloween.
Yeah, we do have a good supply right now, and so come on in and so shop off the shelves. And the sooner you get in, the better, because, you know, like, things go really quickly. But remember, you can always shop off the rack any time of the year.
Awesome. Well, Michelle, thank you so much. You're looking great. I mean, I even got the beard going here too, I realized.
That looks perfect. You're the modern Bronny.
And it was super easy. It didn't take much effort at all.
Yes,
awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you, Michelle. If you'd like to learn more about why you should shop here at Goodwill and, of course, their Halloween supply, just go to the story app on channel3000.com. With Busy Bee, I'm the Bronny Man. News 3 now.
Thank you, Josh and Michelle. They both look great.
Yeah, they're ready.
Let's get a check on the forecast now. Boy, it's a big weekend in town. Blaze, the Badger game, a lot going on this weekend.
A lot going on this weekend, and it does look like, I would say, Saturday afternoon we will be dry. So it wasn't looking like that, but Mother Nature has at least maybe moved some of that rain off to more of Saturday night into the start of Sunday. That rain chance is going to pick up again this evening. It should be out of here by the time we're maybe heading out the door Saturday morning. We'll hang out in the 50s and 60s. Better chance for rain going to be further north and west today. And then as we go into Saturday, the better chance for rain is going to be further south and east. We're going to sit underneath kind of like what we saw today. Partly sunny to mostly cloudy conditions. Not as breezy as we're hanging out in those 70s. That warmer air mass is overhead. It was moving in today. And so we're going to stay non-breezy on Saturday. And then those winds will pick up on Sunday because we got to cool right back down. We'll touch on that in the extended forecast. But if you're going to be cheering on the Badgers, we're going to be in the 60s to the low 70s as we're tailgating. Kickoff is looking dry. Those low to mid 70s underneath a mix of mostly sunny to partly sunny conditions. And then after the game, we are looking at that chance for showers and thunderstorms to redevelop, especially further south and east. Future track taking us into the start of Saturday at about 3 o'clock in the morning. There's that overnight line of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Watch as that breaks apart going into the mid to late morning hours. We get some sunshine, or at least some peaks of sunshine, before we head into the late afternoon, early evening. And then that's when the clouds will return and we'll watch as showers and maybe a few thunderstorms develop out west, but primarily it's going to be further south and east. The reason is because a second low pressure system is going to be developing in southern Illinois and quickly move its way north through parts of northwestern Indiana. If it were just slightly further west, we would be in a really good spot to get more of that soaking rain, that really beneficial, much needed rain across a lot more of Wisconsin. But we'll take what we can get based on its current path. That low quickly scoots off to the north. A very weak high pressure system moves on in, keeps us dry overnight Sunday into the start of Monday. But then another low pressure system is going to bring another round of showers as we head into Monday, continuing into Tuesday. We do need the rain. And again, if this second low Saturday night was a little bit further to the west, I think we'd see a lot more blue on this map. That's about a half an inch to an inch and a half of rain. I think a lot more of us will probably make off with a quarter to a half an inch of rain between now and Monday. We'll keep our fingers crossed that maybe that low moves a little bit back west so we can get a lot more of that soaking rain, especially across the Lake Michigan shoreline, where we do find a little spot of moderate drought conditions. We also find some in parts of Lafayette as well as Greene and Rock counties. So now about 11% of the state is underneath moderate drought conditions, nearly 70% of the state underneath abnormally dry conditions. From a dry September to a drier than normal first half of October, we really could use that rain. And thankfully, we got a couple chances here before we go into the middle of next week. We'll go from the 70s tomorrow to the 50s on Sunday, 60s on Monday, and then back into the 50s where we will stay starting Tuesday through the end of next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Blaze. And after a forecast like that, it's okay if you want to stay in this weekend. Will Loper has what you can watch on your favorite streaming services.
And later, we'll hear from Wisconsin representatives on both sides of the aisle. We'll talk about the government shutdown and whether either side looks like it's going to move.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Here's a look at the numbers on Wall Street today. The Dow was up 238 points, the Nasdaq gained 117, and the S&P 500 picked up 35.
Well, there are lots of new shows and movies newly streaming this weekend.
Film critic Will Loper has your weekend watch list.
Beautiful, right?
It's so rustic. I could just bottle the air up here. Surprise!
What is that?
It's our room for the night. I bought it from Will Smith today. It's so big, it's illegal in Europe.
Continue giving away money in Loot Season 3, newly streaming on Apple TV+.
I'm a billionaire, and I'm going to give away more of my money to those who actually need it.
Honey, be careful with your hand. You use that to point at things you want to buy.
Maya Rudolph returns as the billionaire, continuing her philanthropic journey, sometimes in misguided ways.
Oh, God, our plane crashed.
What are we gonna do?
Whatever it takes. Wait, should we have written SOS?
Oh, no, this is way more us.
I know it's been hard on you. It takes hard work to survive.
Experience a dystopian thriller with 40 Acres, newly streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Are there any others like us?
There's nobody else out there like us.
Danielle Deadweiler stars as the matriarch of a family trying to survive and defend their farm after a plague that has wiped out all animals.
What matters now is how we react.
It's a special new kind of spaghetti for my special guy.
And watch a loathsome couple in The Twits, newly streaming on Netflix.
The Twits hate everything, especially each other.
Worms! You're eating worms! You grizzly old grunion!
Loosely based off the Roald Dahl book, the animated film follows a mean-spirited couple who want to open their own amusement park.
Let me show you my diarrhea.
Diorama.
What?
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
Well, I want to see all three of those.
I'm not sure what that last one was.
Yeah, well, it's from the Roald Dahl book.
Yeah, and he always had kind of a darkness about him,
That's
didn't
true,
he, whenever
yeah.
he'd write something.
That's a good point,
All
yeah.
right, something to stream for everyone if you're not busy this weekend. Well, on Monday, will have more on the weekend box office and which movie in the theaters came out on top.
Coming up on Live at 4, a community in our area is removing picnic tables and benches after over 1,000 incidents in the last year.
And millions around the nation are planning to take part in a No Kings protest, their purpose, and where local demonstrations are taking place.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome to Live at 4, everyone. On this Friday, it's a very peaceful day so far, but a lot's going on this weekend.
It's going to be very busy in town, and the weather will play a key role in that. Let's take a look outside. This looks like a school field trip to the state capitol, going in to see all of the sights. The weather words for today: continued rain chances. Blaze is out on the patio. It sure is nice this afternoon, Blaze. Nice and mild.
It is. I mean, some of us are nearing 80 right now. That includes Madison, Janesville. We'll take a look at temperatures in just a moment. As we mentioned, those rain chances are going to continue, not only this evening, but overnight and into Saturday night and mainly Sunday morning. Little bit of rain stretching from, I would say, almost Green Bay all the way back through the Dells, Juneau, Adams County, Sauk County, Richland County. Very light rain, though. More of that heavier rain off into the Waterloo area. This is that line of showers that will eventually get its act together as we head further overnight and really impact us overnight into the start of Saturday. So I think any activities here over the next several hours are going to be fine, maybe just some light rain, and you can always track that by taking us with you on our First Warn weather app and using our interactive radar. We'll head on out to Dodgeville, Upland Hill Skycam. It is 77 degrees, southwesterly winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, actually making it feel a little bit warmer out there this afternoon. We got a bit of a heat index. We're at 79 in Janesville, 78 in Boscobel, 73 in Black River Falls, 76 Middleton, and 78 in Stoughton. So a very warm end to the work week, but temperatures are going to be back to more normal as we head into next week. So we'll take a look at that and time out those rain chances this weekend in the full forecast.
Thank you, Blaze. Janesville police say picnic tables and benches have been temporarily removed from two city parks after months of disruptive and what they call antisocial behavior. The department says Firehouse and volunteer parks have seen incidents of harassment, vandalism, and public intoxication, with more than 1,000 police calls to that area since January. Officials stress the move isn't targeting people experiencing homelessness, but a small group whose aggressive behavior has made others feel unsafe.
In Dodge County, deputies say they've arrested a man in a $160,000 home equity fraud case. In July, the Dodge County Sheriff's Office received a fraud complaint in Lomira regarding a person using fraudulent information to get money from a bank. The person was given $160,000 worth of checks from someone else's home equity line of credit. The person faces one felony charge in this case.
With the federal government shutdown set to enter a third week, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are still playing the blame game.
Our Ellie LaLiberte spoke today with lawmakers in Washington to see how long they think the shutdown will last. Ellie?
Well, the stretch comes after 10 votes on the funding bill failed in the Senate. It's over disagreements on whether to include an extension to the Affordable Care Act tax credits. Democrats refuse to sign a funding bill without extending those credits. Meanwhile, Republicans say that conversation can wait until after the government is back open. However, the chamber's next vote isn't until August 20th, making this one of the longest shutdowns in U.S. history. We spoke with Wisconsin lawmakers on either side of this fight.
This is the time to deal with this. If you do it after all the rate increases come out, people are going to be paying a whole lot more for health insurance, which is what we're fighting in the first place.
The consequences of the Schumer shutdown continue to build. More and more people are getting hurt. Number of people are not receiving their full paycheck due to the Schumer shutdown. And so hopefully Democrats in the Senate come to their senses.
That vote again on October 20th. And there's much more to those conversations. You can hear that this Sunday morning at 10:30 on For the Record.
We will see you Sunday, Ellie. Thank you. Tomorrow, millions of people will take to the streets around the country in a nationally organized No Kings protest. And here in Madison, roughly 20,000 demonstrators are expected. The march will start at 2 p.m. at McPike Park, followed by a rally at 3 p.m. at the state capitol, featuring several speakers. There will also be one in Janesville, Fort Atkinson, McFarland, Stoughton, Lake Mills, Delavan, and around 75 other communities across Wisconsin. Organizers say the protest serves to create a sense of community, with protesters to stand against authoritarian actions. We will have full coverage of the protests across all of our platforms tomorrow on Madison's demonstrations.
One former UW-Madison student is speaking out about what she says she witnessed inside a university research lab.
Our Badger Beat reporter Kayla Dembeck is here with more. Kayla?
I had the opportunity to talk to animal activist Madeline Krasno, who used to work as a student employee at UW-Madison's Harlow Primate Lab. According to the university, the purpose of the lab is to help find better ways to prevent and treat diseases in both people and animals. They also say trained staff care for animals ethically, providing daily feeding, medical attention, and enrichment activities. However, Krasno describes the lab as inhumane. Here's what she had to say.
It was really just row and row and row and row of these monkeys. I was really sad to see these animals like this day in and day out. Like, their every day is just you know, these barren cages with some of them living alone for their whole lives.
To hear more from Krasno, check out the Badger Beat on Instagram and TikTok by searching Badger_beat.
Kayla, thank you. Next on Live at 4, Packers game day is just around the corner. Our Packers senior writer Jason Wilde is previewing the Cardinal-Packer game from Lambeau.
And we'll take you to a theater where you can literally hear a pin drop. How the silent movie era is making a comeback.
Then it won't be so quiet this weekend. Blaze has a complete first warn forecast with how much rain will rattle your roof.
Watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, we are just 48 hours away now from kickoff at Lambeau Field.
Yeah, very exciting. The Packers are playing the Cardinals this week. Our senior Packers writer Jason Wilde is in Green Bay with a look before game day.
The Packers' Friday injury report for Sunday's game at Arizona is out, and while there are some expected names on it, there are some unexpected names listed as questionable as well. Let's start with what we expected. 2 defensive linemen will not play in Sunday's game against the Cardinals. Lucas Van Ness, who injured his ankle out here at Lambeau Field last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, and Devontae Wyatt, who was injured in Dallas. He will miss another game with his ankle injury. On top of that, Christian Watson not yet ready for game action. He has also been ruled out. The Packers wide receiver is coming off of surgery to repair that torn ACL in his right knee that he suffered here at Lambeau back in January. But here are 2 names that were a little bit surprising that fell under the questionable category. One, cornerback Nate Hobbs, who has been dealing with a knee injury all season. We don't know if it's a new knee injury or a recurrence of the existing one, but he was added to the injury report today as questionable. And Josh Jacobs, coming off his 150 yards of total offense out here at Lambeau against the Bengals, he was added to the injury report as questionable with a calf injury. He was already coming off that illness that he dealt with against the Bengals. We'll have full coverage of the injury report and everything Packers on our website, channel3000.com, for free. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for our newsletter, which delivers our Packers coverage directly to your inbox every single day. In Green Bay at Lambeau Field, Jason Wilde, channel3000.com.
Thank you, Jason. And you can also catch the Badger game tomorrow right here on Channel 3 at 2:30.
When we come back on Live at 4, if you think there's too much noise at the movies, we'll take you to a local theater that is reviving silent films.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, here is a live look at Ocean City, New Jersey. A beautiful sunset there. The weather there is 64 degrees and it was sunny today. You're looking at the 2.5-mile-long boardwalk. The town has been alcohol-free since 1879. It's earned the title as America's greatest family resort. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, the Jersey Shore. You get the best saltwater taffy. Have you ever had that?
I have, not from the Jersey Shore, but I've had it. Now I want to go.
I know, it's good stuff. Well, if you're tired of people talking at the movies, there is a place locally where even the film characters don't utter a word.
Silent films of generations past are finding new life at the Overture Center. Here's a look at Duck Soup Cinema and how it's showing us why these old films are timeless. It's not a gray area up for discussion. These black and white images up on the silver screen more than 100 years ago were so dazzling, they didn't need a single word. Before the talkies, you know, films with dialogue that we know now, silent films of yesterday made a whole lot of noise. And they have a home here at the Overture Center's Duck Soup Cinema film series.
It's just a wonderful recreation of what it would have been like in this theater to see a classic silent film back in the 20s.
Viewers can relive the magic of silent cinema here in the Capitol Theater. Duck Soup's 45th season of the film series features For Heaven's Sake, Peter Pan, and The Signal Tower.
Early cinema could be a fantasy escape for people, but also could be a way that they saw themselves.
And of course, the voice himself Master of Ceremonies Joe Thompson.
Hey, welcome to Duck Soup Cinema, everybody. I'm Joe. Everybody say hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Joy. Absolute joy. It is so much fun.
In addition to the films, Duck Soup aims to create an entire experience and features a live organist to bring these films to life.
This is quite unique, and this is one of the very few remaining Grand Barton Theater organs. I'm going to say there are 4 or 5 in the country.
Duck Soup even lends to the history of this very room.
So back when the Capitol Theater opened in 1928, it was a silent movie house. Really, the legacy kind of continues a really long time.
All of it. Those soft red velvet seats, the monstrous vintage Ashcraft film projector, they all offer a glimpse of the past. But you have to remember, at the time, these 35mm films were a look into the future.
Images can be really magical, and even what might be mundane images in 1924 add 100 years, and it's just fascinating in terms of the costumes and the sets and the just the whole world that's on the screen in front of us.
Krell says preserving and observing the origins of movie making creates an experience you don't often find.
The film-going experience in general, with streaming and people staying at home to see films, I think people are rediscovering the shared experience that cinema can be in the first place.
Leave your problems behind.
Let's do vaudeville.
And enjoy the colorful world of the black and white Duck Soup Cinema. No matter how old you are, sit back, relax, and let these silent films leave you speechless.
It's so fun to see 7, 8, 10, 15-year-olds, whatever age, young kids, laughing at these same gags that were funny to 15-year-olds 80, 90, 100 years ago. It's still funny to adults. That connection you're able to make, it's almost like passing a baton.
Kind of reminds me of the joy of going to a movie. No one's on their phones, no one's talking. Like, it was a wonder back then, and it should still be that way today.
It's so cool. And does the organ really sound like that?
Yeah. It's I think in the story they said like 4 or 5 of those Barton organs still left in use in the country, and then there's a couple of organ players who come up and do that every season, and so they have the soundtrack of the movie going.
Very cool. And it's November through February?
Yeah, and you can buy tickets for the 45th season of Duck Soup Cinema. Just go to overture.org/tickets and you can see 1 or all 3 of those wonderful films.
Very interesting. Blaze and I were both saying that organ sounds a little spooky.
Wouldn't that be nice to have during the 4 o'clock, just an organ? Blaze, what do you think during the forecast?
And to talk about the dramatic weather. I unfortunately have to speak, but wouldn't that be crazy if I... There it is. No, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions tonight. A little bit of rain, maybe further to the west this evening. Temperatures staying well above where they should be for this time of year, only dipping into the 50s and 60s. For this time of year, we should be flirting with the upper 30s to low 40s for overnight lows. And tomorrow's going to be another warm one, back into those 70s. Rain may be sticking with us through about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. We get a break in the afternoon, and then we'll once again see that chance for rain across the southeast, not only in the morning hours, but into the evening and overnight as our second low pressure system moves on through here. So as we're beginning to plan our weekend, we're going to see this low 70s tomorrow. Winds will be light, and then they pick up in speed on Sunday because we got to move down that cooler air because we got to go from the 70s to the upper 50s within a matter of 24 hours. So big picture wise, there's that second low pressure system bringing us that better chance for soaking rain because it's coming out of the south Saturday night into Sunday, especially further south and east. You're going to have that better chance for that soaking rain. Quickly following behind it, another high pressure system. Our fair weather friend keeps us quiet overnight going into Monday, but then as we go further into the day, starting off the work week, turning more cloudy with that chance for rain as we go into the second half of Monday, overnight into Tuesday. So let's learn a little bit about weather here. This is what I really like to do. Why are we going to be so windy over the next couple of days, and why were we windy today? We got into the upper 70s to low 80s today. We have to move in that warmer, more moist air mass. Notice that we're not as breezy as we go into Saturday afternoon because that air mass is now overhead. And then that second low, as it pulls down that cooler air, taking us from the 70s to the 50s, we got to do that, as I said, in 24 hours. So we got to get these winds out of the northwest, and we got to get them turning and quickly bringing in that cooler air. So that's the reason why our winds are going to be breezy here over the next couple of days. And actually, that extends over the next 7 months, from October into November, December, January, February, March, even as late as into April. That's our 7-month stretch of the breeziest time in Wisconsin. Our least breeziest time is actually in August, when our average wind speed is about 8.5 miles an hour. Our breeziest is there in March, when it tops out at about 12.5 miles per hour. Fall and spring, that's typically when we will probably see our breeziest conditions, because we're having these more dynamic air masses moving across the Midwest. So expect some breezy conditions here, especially as we transition out of summer and fall and settle into winter. The winds finally die down as we head into the middle of next week. That's when we'll settle into the 50s and dry out for the second half of next week.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Well, as a hairstyle, the business in the front and the party in the back gets kind of mixed reviews.
I think it's perfect. Listen, a boy in Price County in northern Wisconsin, he doesn't care about the mixed reviews because his mullet just won him thousands of dollars. Derek Tritz reports.
After months of outreach and curl cream, the winner was announced on the Fourth and Neat podcast featuring Jared Allen.
Our first place winner from Phillips, Wisconsin, with raising a little over $3,800, a judge's score of 143 with 2,069 votes. Colton Gall, first place.
Congratulations, Colton!
But the Coltonator already had a hunch he was on the verge of victory.
I felt like I was already going to win the competition because I remembered that I was the only one from Wisconsin left in the competition, so I was happy.
Reflecting on his favorite parts of the competition, the journey was almost as important to him as the destination.
Donating or getting all my money to the Wounded Warriors.
But only almost.
And also finding out that I won. That was exciting.
Colton raised over $3,500 during the competition, all of it going towards Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors, a nonprofit that helps provide homes to combat wounded veterans. Jared Allen also invited Colton to a framing project for the nonprofit. Colton won a total of $10,000, but his victory means more than just money.
He had big dreams, and he proved to himself that if you work hard for something, you can put your mind to it. You can do anything.
Though the money is nice, Colton will still be putting most of the money towards a truck he can fix up for when he's able to drive, and splitting the rest between his college fund and the Wounded Warriors Project. He plans to grow out his mullet for another year before cutting it off and donating it, then growing it out again. He also assured us that the Coltonator is coming back next year.
I am hair envy.
Very nice.
Yes, well done, Colton.
Well deserved. That is a luscious mane of hair.
Majestic.
Congratulations, Colton. And I just quickly have to wish my mom a happy birthday. It is her birthday. It is her and my wedding anniversaries. It's also my grandma's birthday and my other grandma's birthday. So I just wanted to quickly say happy birthday and happy anniversary on this big day.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Happy birthday, Mama. And happy anniversary,
Oh,
please.
thank you, thank you.
Everything on the same day, so no one's left out.
Exactly.
We'll be right back. On the Mondays Live at 4, we find out which movies won the box office this weekend. And later on News 3 Now at 5, we're learning more about the events coming to our area this weekend. Thanks for watching Live at 4 today. We'll see you again on Monday. Remember, you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.